So hey guys, today we'll be talking about the ban list or the forbidden limited list, whatever. So I have like pretty mixed feelings, like just whatever. This is kind of just ob obnoxious, I guess, really. There's no real other way to put this for me. I don't really know what decks you would have been running Herald of Orange Light in before, but Herald of Orange Light is actually pretty disgusting now because of the Ishizu cards. So you can like drop Medora into the graveyard with Herald of the Orange Light and then negate something. Like let's say, I don't know, you negate your opponent's Moyi or whatever. And then you have the Medora in the graveyard now to shuffle stuff back into the deck from the graveyard. And it also banishes itself for cost, which is a bit obnoxious, honestly. So that's probably why Herald of the Orange Light is being limited to 1. And then Gozen, Rivalry, and Skill Drain being limited. Well, kinda deserved, honestly. They've had it a long time coming. Especially with Runick Stun. I guess if they wanted to do it this way, there are control decks that actually use these and as their primary strategy, so feel a little bit bad for you guys, but I mean, I guess it'd be logical that Konami wouldn't want to hard hit like Runick instead, like going one of Tip or one of Fountain or whatever, just instead. They don't want to hit Runick that hard. I don't know. Are there Runick enjoyers out there or something? But then there's also Flandres and the Magnificent Map. I don't know why, but I guess I haven't honestly seen that many people playing Flu after they banned the barrier statue of the Stormwinds, but I guess they just don't want people playing Flu with this much consistency. I guess Flandres and the Magnificent Map actually allows Flu to somewhat play against a lot of hand traps. And they didn't like that, I guess. That's okay, I guess. Speaking of which, the banish effect for the Magnificent Map is not ashable, since you can only ash like stuff that adds from deck to hand or deck to graveyard. Those are the effects you can ash. Banish from deck, like Gold Sarcophagus, that those cards are not ashable. So then we have like Thunder Dragon Hawk being semied. Honestly, I think Thunder Dragon Hawk can go to 3. Thunder Dragons, not that great. Oh, like just straight up. Thunder Dragons, they're kind of mid if you ask me. And real quick, I will look up Thunder Dragon cards. Like, let's check Thunder Dragon, Dragon Hawk, I guess. Thunder Dragon Hawk. Alright. So it says discard this card, so at least you can play it under macro to discard it. But you don't get anything for the banish effect in that case if you use the effect of a Thunder Dragon. Yeah. Thunder Dragons, like, I don't know why, but, you know, they're old. Kind of outdated, I guess. So, let's see. Macroface is semi-limited, so it's at 2 now. This is likely because, people were playing, like, essentially an FTK, like, deck out strategy with, like, by utilizing the Necroface to banish out cards from your opponent's deck to enable a deck out, and with Necroface at 2. I think that's either less consistent or it can no longer happen. So that got hit in the same way that like Supreme King Starving Venom Dragon got hit. And I guess at 1 it is literally impossible for the that FTK where you go like Verte Instant Fusion and then you summon the Lyrilisk Fusion. Which one was that? Assembled Nightingale, or was it like, I think it would probably be assembled. Anyway, Runick Fountain and Runick Tip being semi-limited. Runick Fountain being semied honestly doesn't really matter. Runick Tip matters a lot more in my opinion. Runick Tip, honestly, they can just ban that card and I'd be fine with that because Runick Tip is just too consistent for me. I actually just hate Runick Tip. If there was no Runick Tip, Runick would feel way more fair to play against, in my opinion. Because there's also like Runick Tip, search whatever Runick card, and then you can activate that to summon like Hugin, and then like let's say you discard another Runick card to add Fountain. How many cards in hand right now? The answer is 4 cards in hand. And then once you activate Fountain after activating another Runick card, I guess, then how many cards in hand do we have now? The answer is, I believe, 6 cards in hand. And then you can likely do another +3 off of Runick after this. So that will be like +6. And that's more, the +6 is more easy to access because of Runick Tip. So Runick Tip just putting an extra Runick card in the graveyard to shuffle back for Fountain. I hate that interaction, honestly. So then we have a lot of cards being unlimited, I guess. So we have Spellbook of Judgment. I don't know why. Galtea, the Orcus Automaton. I don't see an issue with it being at 3, it's just whatever. Spiral Quick Fix. That's some degen looping, actually. But I don't know. It's probably fine, honestly. Divine Wind of Mist Valley. I guess they don't care about whatever FTK this enabled at the time that it got banned for. I'm pretty sure that is why Divine Wind of Mist Valley was limited. It was just a loop or an FTK or something. Super Poly at 3. This will help with board breaking, and fusion decks will come back into the meta, actually. But wait, can't tier run this? Mixed feelings, but whatever. Super Poly is still good into like Sprite, for example, which is something you can be happy about, I guess, because they run a lot of dark, so you can like Super Poly those off, I guess. Or actually, Mud Dragon works really well because they have a lot of thunders there. So what was the end board usually like? I think the Sprite end board usually goes like Sprite Elf, IP Mask, and then you have either Red or Carrot, and that's pretty normal, so you can just Super Poly with, and special summon, I don't remember. Is it Mud Dragon? No, actually. I don't remember what Mud Dragon was, hold up. It's been a while. Let's see, the summon condition for Mud Dragon is 2 monsters with the same attribute but different types. Oh wait, that's wrong then. So you would need like 2 fires to be able, not 2 fires, like a thunder monster that uses 2 thunders to do that. So actually you can't do that, but I guess Super Poly on like Gigantic or something and IP Mask would work, which is pretty fine as well. So anyways, Super Poly not being respondable to is kind of pain, so having to play around that. Not looking forward to that necessarily, but whatever. Altergeist Multi-Faker is now back at 3. I mean, Altergeist, I have no strong feelings or anything against Altergeist, so it's like, whatever. Soul Eating Oviraptor being at 3, I mean, it's essentially already at like 5 because Fossil Dig, so now it's just at 6. It's really not a big deal. Soul Eating Oviraptor being at 3, it helps Dino out a little bit, I guess. So that's about it for the ban list here. And honestly, I'm not super satisfied with this ban list. If you're limiting skill drain rivalry and goes in, why not like do anything to Tikaboo? Or like summon limit. But I guess this helps out like a good amount. But probably not enough, honestly, against stun. Because there are actually so many floodgates in this game that keeping them still at 1, like, runick stun should still be actually fairly playable. Runick tip is probably the biggest hit. I think fountain to 2 doesn't do anything, like literally nothing. So the only big changes to runick stun are goes in, rivalry, and skill drain being put at 1, and runick tip being put at 2 here. But if you think about it in terms of numbers, we have skill drain 1, rivalry 1, goes in 1, and then we have Tikaboo at 2. Although it should only be at 1 if you know what I'm saying. But anyways, then you have like cards like summon limit and lose 1 turn, all of those other cards. So that's like minimum, like they still have like 6, 7, 8, maybe more floodgates, and they can actually run Dimension Fissure or whatever. That's perfectly fine for runick to run. So that's at 3, so that's still like 9 or more like floodgates. And if they really wanted, I guess they could do this jank thing where they like special summon Hugin and then like tribute summon for like Vanity's Fiend or something like that. Like that kind of play still completely doable as well. And then you'd have like these floodgates alongside that. Like some runick players were actually doing this thing where you normal summon like Cyberstein and then special summon Last Warrior from another planet. That is a bit painful, and that is a bit of a floodgate. It doesn't really change any of those, but there's also anti-spell, of course, which they can run, which is weird, but I think that actually can work okay. Well, that's all I've got for you guys today, and this ban list update here, it's kinda mid. Honestly, I would like to see with Galatea being put to 3, I would have liked to also see Gyusu being put to 2 or 3 as well, because Gyusu is like such a good normal summon. I would like to have for like a variety of things, like Mech Knight, for example, really benefits off of having Gyusu. I obviously have no ill intentions with Gyusu, and I definitely don't need it for the World Legacy Scars combo. I have no ill intentions. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.